Hey there, Wondering Watchers. I'm Sony Golden for The Vibe is Golden. Welcome to this special titillating edition of Tabloid Tarot, which unveils celebrity secrets in love, dating, and supercoupling. In today's titillating tabloid tarot, we're taking a peek at an actor's rumored reignited passion for his ex-girlfriend following a health scare. We are tossing Jamie Foxx into the spotlight to be tabloid tarot. So let's see what sensational headline we have for Jamie's health and rumors of him trying to win back Katie Holmes. This says, "My beloved, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing." Clear sailing. Determination. Balance. And merit making. This says goodness, humanness, morality. So this merit making card is kind of like, to me, kind of making amends and making peace. And here you've got this peace sign, which notably is black and white. So here, these cards do indicate that there is some leftover feelings that Jamie has for Katie. And maybe he's always felt like there'd be a time or place for them to get back together. With this clear sailing card, to me, this has to do, noticing this determination's coming to this little point here, kind of like this little clear sailing card. But here, these kind of, to me, are more about his health and his, determined to be in good health. But it's almost a sense of trying to make sure he's okay. And that when that happens, he's going to reach out. Or if he's probably already in the process of reaching out and kind of making amends. But let's explore the juicy details of this story. Let's see if these tarot cards kind of indicate what the clear sailing is going to be about. So I'm going to go ahead and put out the cards here. On one side, it's going to be health, and the other is going to be his heart. So, interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the influencing energy at the bottom of this deck, we have the Page of Cups, which is a card of feeling youthful and creative and having like an open heart, an open mind, and having limitless possibilities and really loving life. And kind of seeing like the beauty of everything. So we also have here the Six of Cups, which is a card of like past and memories. I'm gonna pull one more, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so to me, the energy is kind of, having this new appreciation for life, for the people that meant a lot to him, and really wanting to go after the things that he cares about. And then you have the Six of Wands down here. Like, it's almost like he's determined to go after and embrace the things that truly make him feel happy, that he wants to celebrate, the reasons why you would want to live almost, which is interesting because you have here the current attitude is the Five of Cups, which could mean like that merit making, trying to, he's reflecting on the past here. And the heart of the matter, we have the Hierophant. And this is almost to me, and we'll clarify, but it's kind of like the heart of the matter is like there were kind of rules or traditions that he felt comfortable with or felt comfortable in like not conforming to. And so it's like reassessing like the rules that he's lived by, like, you know, the things he can do and can't do. And the underlying hope or fear, you have here the Five of Swords. So just like almost a sense of like a whole bunch of drama for no reason. So here on the health side, in the past, you have the Two of Pentacles. So kind of like juggling things, juggling like, you know, stress and fun, almost a sense of maybe juggling too much. In the present, we have the Death card. So obviously, Jamie is not dead, and this usually doesn't mean literal death, but it's a sense of him really assessing the things that he was kind of pushing away, the things that he let go of too easily, the things that he doesn't want to let go of or hasn't wanted to, and kind of reassessing those things. And the future when it comes to his health, we have the Ten of Cups here. So this is a card of like happy family, or just having people around to support you emotionally, the good times, the bad times, the ups and downs. Like this is kind of like that happy ever after type of card, but in reality, it's more like just having the people surrounding you that you care about. So that's the future in terms of his health. And I was kind of saying it seemed like he was focusing on his health and then kind of then going to shift over to his heart. In the past, we have the Four of Swords. So it seems like you can see this woman in the bed by herself, and above her, there's this picture of a couple embracing. So like trying to recover from the Three of Swords, which is usually heartbreak and disappointment. In the present, we have here the Judgment card. So honest reflection of the things in the past, which is interesting because in the present, when it comes to his health, he's kind of got the Death card, and this is about, you know, changing and transformation. So I think this maybe near-death experience has really had him reflect on how he takes care of himself, the things that he prioritizes, and like honestly, whether or not the relationships that he's had in the past and how he's gone about dating, if that is something that he's still carrying baggage from. And you have here in the future position the Moon. So it seems like he is going to really be dealing with his emotions, possibly a sense of illusions and fears, which makes sense as to why he needs to focus on this determination. Like you can see this like bright shining light here and this clear sailing. It's a sense of like he will understand like the full range of emotions in the future in relation to his health, the health scare that he had, the medical condition that he won't like disclose what that is, but it seems, and that's up to him, he wants to disclose it or not. You know, we'll see what these cards can kind of say about that, but it really doesn't show like the Tower, which would be like maybe a heart attack or a stroke, and there's no like three of Swords over here. This Two of Pentacles, it could be just like imbalance of, and here you have this imbalance of like, I don't know, hormones. You know, maybe there is a medical condition that he has that he, you know, had that he needed to take medication for, and it was, he threw that off, or, you know, maybe this has to do with something like physical, like throwing him off, and needing to account, you know, to make sure that his, I would say his blood, his like nutrients, all those things are in line with what his body actually needs and what it is considered healthy. So I feel that is more the issue here, as opposed to like a stroke or a heart attack, but we'll see. But back to the love aspect, the relationship aspect in the future with the Moon. it's almost a sense like he really has to be okay with himself and his own emotions before he can fully like try to pursue something with Katie. And here in the what's next, the Knight of Pentacles, he's really trying to put effort in there. He's trying to put a plan together to really work on that. But what's next when it comes to his health, you have the Eight of Swords. So there's a little bit of fear and that whatever his condition is going to overtake him. You can see this big moon in the background, which is like impacting the future of the relationship. So let's get some clarifying cards here. Let's take a look at the Five of Cups in terms of Jamie's current attitude. We have here the Queen of Swords. To me, this is like Katie, like having to honestly talk to her or like hear what she has to say. It's something that, maybe she has said something in the past, and like rethinking those conversations, rethinking like what it is that she said and how he treated that situation. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Ten of Pentacles and the Star. So, perhaps, and the Two of Cups. So perhaps it's kind of like, what she has said is kind of like she's looking for a happy family. She's looking for, a love connection, and like they can really be a thing. Maybe she honestly said that, and he's kind of like reflecting on, well, I could have had that. But let's take a look at the heart of the matter here. This Hierophant. It's almost like this is like kind of connecting the health and the love situation is certain like beliefs, beliefs, or like the Hierophant is usually about like tradition and institutions, things like that, like structure and rules. So I'm going to pull this card because it wants to come out. We have here the Star. So to me, it's kind of like the heart of the matter is like, this is like the tried and true. Like this is what is supposed to get you somewhere. And with the Star, it's almost like wish fulfillment. Like maybe he was like, this is what I need to do to get where I want to go. This is the rules that I have to follow to be happy. But then really it's like breaking away from rules or tradition, getting a sense of clarity about really what it is you want, which is interesting because the Star does come after the Tower in Tarot. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess and the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles is kind of like stability and giving like a foundation, and it's almost with the High Priestess, it's like really having to like the practical of what your gut is telling. It's like a battle between the practical and what your gut wants, and then like feeling like that battle is like maybe too much. So let's see about the Five of Swords when it comes to Jamie's hopes and fears, which basically it could be like he's afraid of like if he tries to talk to her again, like this is going to end up in an argument, a fight, like egos are going to get in the way. So let's see here. We have here the Four of Cups. So it's almost like his fear is like she's not going to care. She's like not going to care at all, or it's going to end up in a fight. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card and the Five of Wands. More fives. Five of Cups, Five of Swords, Five of Wands. This is like, you can see these people are battling. Like Strength here is about self-acceptance and knowing, that you have different wants, desires, and other people do, and, being pulled in different directions by different priorities or different people, and knowing like how to really overcome those and trust yourself or accept your limitations. It's almost like he needs to, this merit making, he has to really kind of start with forgiving himself, dealing with himself, getting a sense of internal balance. So let's take a look at the past health with the Two of Pentacles. We have here the Queen of Pentacles. So to me, this is kind of like has to do with nurturing yourself, knowing what your body wants, knowing what your body needs, and making sure it gets it. In the past, that may have been an issue. We have the Ten of Wands in the World, and one more, the Five of Pentacles. There's the other five. So it's almost like Jamie was probably doing way too much, going kind of like trying to accomplish too much for what he could do, and his body just kind of was injured, or just didn't have the right nutrients, didn't have what it took to really do what he was wanting to. And so whatever his condition was, his body won over his like sense of willpower or trying to. So for the present, we have the Knight of Swords, clarifying this Death card here. And to me, it's like when it comes to his health, he's going to do what he needs to like distance him further away from the things that don't serve him. He's going to like try to cut out, people, food, whatever he needs to make happen. He's going to try to do that. We have the Page of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and the Sun. So it's almost like he's relearning. And interesting, you've got this like kind of this caduceus. Like it's for communication, but it's also like medical things. To me, it's like him relearning to listen, trust his intuition, trust his body, and focus on his energy and what makes him feel good and fulfilled. So let's see about the Ten of Cups in the future position for his health. We have here the King of Wands. So I do feel like once his health gets in a really good place, he's, back to, celebrating life and celebrating his health condition, he's going to be able to go after those things that he truly wants when it comes to his heart. And here we have the Two of Cups at the bottom and the Sun again. Okay, so let's take a look at this past position here, the Four of Swords in the past. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I want to see what this Eight of Swords is for, like, what's next for Jamie when it comes to his health. Because it's either maybe he gets information that he's told he needs to slow things down again, or it's just his own fears. But it seems like he's definitely trying to make way to take the right action, get the right information for his health. And he definitely is going to get there, but let's see what this hiccup is with the Eight of Swords. We have the Lovers here. So to me, it's almost like he might be really putting too much effort on this thing with Katie, trying to resolve that. And so this kind of fear of possibly getting in a fight, or fear of her not rejecting him and not giving a crap. It's kind of like that's where he's going to be next, and he needs to kind of move on from that to focus back on himself. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance card, which is a card of healing, of balance, of Sagittarius, and they are both Sagittariuses, whatever that word is. And then the Ten of Swords. Ooh, okay. So basically it's kind of like trying to recover from hitting rock bottom with a relationship, but also he's recovering from hitting rock bottom when it comes to his health, and he's got to prioritize that. He needs to get clarity on prioritizing himself and him having internal balance before he can really go and make amends with her. So now I'm going to go over here to the Four of Swords in the past when it comes to him and Katie. Six of Cups. So definitely in the past, there was heartbreak. There was a lot of good memories. There was a lot of like could have been going on there. And Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Page of Cups here. So to me, it's like almost they use their like work to try to give them a sense of being okay with this breakup, like getting that solid foundation, getting a sense of like stability. When you have all these fives going on here, a sense of stability is like focusing on work, on what they can create to kind of to kind of move forward. But really, to me, even though you have the Page of Cups, it's kind of like hidden in between these pentacles. It's like just doing things so that it hides really like the hurt feelings there. So let's take a look at the Judgment in the present position when it comes to Jamie's love life. The Empress, he's really thinking about how much she cared for herself, prioritized herself, and was like maybe just a good example of how to make sure that you are okay before trying to make sure someone else is okay. But also, I feel like he's reflecting a lot on that concept of what he could have created with her and whether or not that was the right decision to kind of end things, let it end so easily. We have the Four of Wands and the King of Swords here. So this is a card of like celebration and happiness, and then this is like the one that makes a decision. Maybe not really caring, or diminishing the importance of passion and happiness and having someone to like really celebrate life with. So let's take a look at this moon here in the future when it comes to, well, those two wanted to come out. When it comes to Jamie and Katie, you have the Strength card and the Nine of Pentacles. So basically, to me, it's like he really has a lot of fears and illusions when it comes to like Katie and her Empress energy, her like self-acceptance, her living her own life, moving on without him. And he really needs to regain his strength in order to be in a position to face that. And here at the bottom of the deck, we have the Temperance card again and the Ten of Swords. Interesting. All right, so let's do one final clarification with the Knight of Pentacles, with what's next when it comes to Jamie in terms of his heart, his love life with Katie. And to me, it's like he's willing to put in that work. So let's see what we have here. We have the Eight of Cups. So to me, it's like he is willing to put in that work, but he has to deal with like maybe why he left or why things ended and really deal with the emotions of that. And he kind of needs to be in a good place health-wise to kind of even, maybe he can't even see, like he can't even figure out, or he wasn't able to figure out why things ended. Maybe he felt stifled by their relationship. And at the bottom of the deck over here, we have the High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. So it's a sense of like Jamie really needs to kind of spend some time dealing with his emotions, kind of tapping into his intuition and kind of coming to the right answer as to why, when things were going well, did he kind of back away? Or why did she back away? And like what apologies need to be made? And maybe with like the High Priestess, there was something that like wasn't revealed when it should have been revealed during the relationship, or his feelings, or his thoughts about things. So this is what I have for you. Thanks for watching this edition of Tabloid Tarot. We'll see you next time. Take care.